Hi everyone, the following video is a recording of our 19th Artist Feedback AMA session featuring all different NFT photography genres. This session was held in the MetaJungle Discord on August 25th and hosted by talented photographers and active MetaJungle members Mike Schmidt and Sarah Lindsay. We want to thank Mike and Sarah for their time reviewing 8 different NFT collections and providing valuable information for the curation and creation of these collections. We also want to thank everyone that submitted their artwork for review, as well as all those who were able to attend. We hope you find this useful, and with that, let's go on ahead and dive right in.
Cool. Well, welcome, guys. Thanks for everyone coming to the AMA today. It's all genres, so I tried to pick a bunch of different genres, obviously. So the first artist, the first collection is called Galata Blues, and this collection is by Hakan, and last name is how do you say that? Beekliglu? Oh my gosh, I messed that one up. Someone help me. You're good at that, Sarah, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I'm the worst at it. I'm sorry, people. Our mouths just don't move the way that it's supposed to move to say those names.
Yeah.
That
Well, I wrote down the names in my notes on the phone separately. This when I'm looking at it here, it's just all as once.
He's chatting in the chat. Hi, I'm sorry we can't say your name. Forgive us.
Beeclio glue. Okay. I'm not gonna try it again. But I'm sorry. Tried my best. I'll just say Hakama. And this is Galata Blues, and so this is actually like I believe it's a bridge in Istanbul that gets like really cool light that comes through, and obviously you could see like really cool perspective. So I'll just read the artist statement. So, as a photographer, I always try to discover the hidden beauty in most ordinary, common, and mundane places. I believe aesthetic is always there, waiting to be seen like a hidden gem. Galata Bridge is one of the oldest and most crowded places in Istanbul. Also, we would be telling a lie if we said that it's the cleanest place with hygiene. But the dance of the light and geometry is unique. The harmony makes this place an extraordinary tale of silhouettes and shadows in geometry. This collection aims to explore this harmony in its original color, blue. Last year, I have worked with a talented director, Onur Hussein Kilnik, in a photography documentary called Bur Kar Bur Anlam for a mainstream Turkish TV channel, TRT2. I have taken part in 3 episodes of my photography so far. Third episode we shot on June 19, 2022, was mostly taken on Galata Bridge. I believe that the combination of light and geometry is very unique here because every time I come to shoot, I go home with a photograph that I love. Well, that's cool. Congratulations on being on like a television show with your work. That's really cool. And I feel I, I always feel happy when I can head out and go to a spot, and every time I come home with a photograph that I love too. So I've got my space for that as well. So cool. So there's it's a series of 9 on Sloika, which I really like to see work on. It's so easy to look through the images, and it looks like 0.2 ETH is all across the board. Always like to see that steady pricing all the way through, and one of them was collected. It might be my favorite. So I think I was really drawn. Like, this is the one that he uses the banner as well. Really interesting shot. The opening shot called In Spot. This feels more like a closer image to me than an opening image. I don't know if you feel the same way, Sarah. Does it feel like an opening shot for you or no?
An opening shot, sure. I actually love it. I think it's great.
Do you know what I mean by that when I say like opener? Like if you think about a movie, like it could be the open. I guess it could be an opener shot. maybe maybe if it was
I understand.
maybe if it was flipped and the guy was going in the other direction, it would feel more. It would feel more like an opener to me. I don't know why, but it feels like an image that I would end on. But yeah, that's probably just preference. So In Spot. In the afternoon, when the sun begins to descend, shapes start to form around the stairs of the bridge. As seen in the photography, the lighted area does not stay in that shape for long. If you're lucky, you can capture a single person, preferably wearing black, in that very spot with a minimalistic approach. And then he has the information about camera used. So really cool use in all of these photographs of like light, the shape of light, the battle between like light and dark contrast, and just like overall flow of like the geometry and silhouette placements. Really cool.
I agree. I already feel like this is a really well put together collection. It looks really great. And I love the blue theme.
Yeah, it makes it super cohesive that everything is sort of the same tones, and it's about that geometry and that battle between dark and light, shadow play with silhouettes. I'm always a huge fan of this type of work. So this is this is the one. What is contradicted? A contradiction. Let's read it real quick. People come in and out of our lives constantly as we live. Some we forget quickly, some we struggle to get over. Sometimes when a person is about to walk out of our life, or when we are about to leave, a side of us wants them to stay, where the other side tells the other way. This photograph reminds me of those contradictions. That's really interesting. I like the description in this. It's like it's interesting because it's like it's not telling us how to think about the photograph exactly, but just how the artist feels about like contradiction in your own mind, and that struggle between that, because that happens with me too sometimes. Like my heart is sometimes telling me to stay, and my mind is telling me to go, or my heart is telling me to go, and my mind is telling me to stay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know which one to listen to sometimes.
I like the description of these images too. I like how it's not like directly related to the image. So it's something
Yeah.
I feel like we can relate to it. We can connect with it.
Yeah, it keeps like the inner workings of the mind moving. It keeps my imagination going outside of just looking at this photo aesthetically and thinking this is beautiful aesthetically. I'm thinking a lot about this as if it's poetry. So I think it's a good reference to kind of how to write about an image. You know, it's really cool. But
Yeah.
as far as the photo goes, like really great timing, right? Just like this man's just standing here. It looks like he's watching. It looks like he's watching a woman who's leaving the scene. So it does have to do with that sort of. And he looks. I don't know. He doesn't look like a creepy man looking at it or anything like that. He looks like and what it's funny because I can get a feeling of it just from his like posture and the shadow. He feels like almost like reluctant with loss or something for me. I don't know. This is a story that I have. Like he's just thinking about her leaving or something, but he's not stalking her in any sense. And beautiful, like how the shadow is also portrayed on the wall here, and it's kind of also looking at her, or even looking back at him. It kind of makes you think, like, does the shadow have a mind of its own within this scene?
I'm kind of wondering, I mean, maybe you can message in the chat if these people were posed in this way or if it was very candid. Not that it matters either way. I think he's created like these great works, but I am curious.
I am too, and yeah, it doesn't say within the artist statement. I do know a lot of these.
He answered. He
Oh,
said
sweet.
half posed, half candid. I have the chat open up this time. I never have the chat
Oh,
open. So yeah,
very
half
nice.
posed,
So
I kind of thought so. And it doesn't change anything, but I did think maybe these were posed.
well, you know, this one here doesn't feel like it feels like maybe it's not. And then this one here almost feels so perfect in this sense of storytelling. So I totally, so like when he says half posed, maybe he means half of the images here are posed, because
Yeah,
this
the
one
man
feels
in the
posed.
photo is him, he says.
Oh, I see. And so maybe the hand in the photo in this shot is his hand
That's a
as
cool
well.
photo.
Yeah, right.
That's
Like a
really
re-
well done.
Mhm.
Good job.
Yeah, I love the negative space of black too, and how the building becomes sort of the man within the silhouette, and that like reaching out. And I didn't notice before, but these stairs here kind of separate themselves from the silhouette and add an extra like layer. Really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoy the top half a lot, even without the bottom. And then you have the bottom half too, which creates like just another layer. Beautiful silhouette reflection there. I mean, I
Mhm.
wonder if he's the man here in this shot too, and he set up his tripod. Because if that's the case, it's still excellently executed, right? I mean, you should know because you set up shots with your tripod
Yes.
too. But to
Yeah.
nail that with the reflection, cool.
It takes a few, when you're doing self-portraits, it definitely takes a few tries to get it right.
Yeah, like if it is him, he has to walk up there and like get into place and see where he wants to land, I guess, in that reflection. But
Yeah,
like the
he says it's a self-portrait.
very well done. Now this one feels this this is really interesting. This shot to me, I like this one. There's because like every shadow is like its own character within its own scene. And I mean, you could probably break this image up with crop. I'm not telling you to crop this at all. I love it. But I'm saying if you broke this image down, it could be even great as three images. And that's really cool that you could do that because that means that you've taken, your eye has seen three or more than three great images in one, and you've snapped that within one photograph. It's really cool with these legs too. This is so weird how the legs sort of become like this shadow that comes out like straight lines down here. It's wild.
Yeah, this is a cool shot. I love that's three people in it, right? There's three shadows.
Three
There's
different
one
people, I think. Yeah,
is there one at the top by the light? That's a person, right?
yeah. That looks like a guy that's maybe on a phone. This looks like this looks like a guy that doesn't have much hair, and it's really cool without the hair with the silhouette that like leaning down here. And then this looks like a guy that has a bunch of hair, and he has these crazy mechanical legs because of the shadow. It's just I guess you could go a lot of directions with this through like storytelling and such. Do these people know each other? Are they? It's like the shadows alone. It's. I guess this part's not a shadow. This is probably a silhouette, and then these are shadows. Really interesting. I wonder how aware these people know. Oh, how aware these people are of each other.
Yeah, it's cool. Oh, this is a cool shot.
Yeah,
Really cool.
interesting with the flag.
I know. All immediately I'm like, what's going on? What's going on in this shot? So that's cool. It's neat that you make my mind think.
Yeah, and I don't think that this is him. This looks different from him. So I think this is actually a candid shot of just a passerby that has a flag, but it's really cool because he's like leaving this geometric dimension to enter into this one here. And this graffiti shows up a lot in these images. This Coban.
Yeah. He says this one is candid. So that was a
Yeah,
tourist. That's a tourist.
mm, it makes sense. Love the little hand too. Little hand at the bottom.
I like
I
cool.
go ahead.
I like them all. They're all good.
Yeah, they are. I probably wouldn't have put this one next to this one just because the Coban graffiti part probably would just like separated them a bit. Not that they're the same image, because they're not. But the silhouette is still coming from the same end. But yeah, you know, I really enjoy the right portion of this image a lot. Like, I think it's even a strong image if it was just the right portion of the image. I do like the negative space over here. Um, but just having this in another photo again, side by side, just
Yeah, I understand what you're
it
saying.
bothers me. It bothers me a little bit. But yeah, the tones are a little different here, though. I wonder if this feels like more of like a golden hour tone, and this feels more of like a harsh light tone. Yeah.
Nice. I like this one.
Yeah.
This is a exiting. No. Yeah, this is an exiting shot.
Yeah, this feels like it could be like an ending shot too. Is that what you mean? Is it the last shot?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not the last shot. It's
No,
not
it's
the
not the
last
last shot.
shot. The next one is though.
But if it was an ending shot, he'd have to be walking the other way. I know exactly what you were saying before.
Yeah. So the opening shot is walking in this direction. Um, yeah, I don't know. This is the ending shot,
Oh,
which
this
is
one's cool.
I love the sparkles on the water.
This might be my favorite, actually.
Yeah, those sparkles are
This
really
is really good.
cool.
Yeah, this is cool.
And the shadow part of the image is great. Like, it's perfectly, like, I don't know, it's like the direction that he's looking, the legs, the arms. It's really, really cool. Really interesting shot.
I feel like this image was flipped on purpose,
Oh, 100%.
but it's cool.
How can you take this?
I
Imagine if
don't
you
know.
took it this
It's
way.
like it's hanging upside down or something.
I'm gonna turn my head upside down. I'm flipping around. Yeah,
He's
this.
obviously on like a boat and on an upper level. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. I know he flipped it on purpose. It was cool. I think the
I think
shadow.
it works better. Yeah, it works
Yeah,
better like this.
yeah, it totally does.
Yeah, cool.
I
As a
mean, like
collection,
if I was, I like to clean up like messy bits in my photos. Even yeah,
yeah,
I would probably possibly remove that, but
I would
some
too.
yeah,
I mean, because I mean, we're not calling this like documentary photography, so
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
this is so easy to remove. Like I would just light this in Photoshop and then just do like edit filter content aware, and it'll literally just take all the surrounding concrete and just replace it with concrete. I think it's distracting to me. It doesn't add anything to the actual. It
yeah,
doesn't add anything to the story here, and I think like I would be more focused on the story, which is the man and the water and all this, and him looking out this way. If that wasn't there, so I totally agree with that.
yeah. That would be my
And
only thing
but I would probably do that. I
on a
might
couple
do.
of them.
I might do that. Like I would maybe remove the graffiti on like one of these two images,
Yeah,
um, just because it's just showed up too many times. Right here again, it just keeps showing up. So it's like you're. I'd rather as a viewer like not know that you're at the same location over and over in these, because like this could some of these could feel like a different location. Like I didn't have to know this was the same location with this, but it's kind of a dead giveaway. So, I mean, and you're doing self portraiture and stuff too, so you have like the ability to go ahead and remove elements that you don't want. Like you know, these other ones are kind of like nothing kind of really bothers me in any of these. It's just that last one, and then this piece here, and then um, I don't know which shot I like the graffiti in. Maybe it's this one because it adds like a weight to this side of the image, and it sort of points with this arrow like up at the sky. But I don't know exactly.
I like the writing with the one with the two figures. That's my favorite one. Just because
This
I
one
like
with the
how
writing.
yeah, I like how the bodies are close to the writing. Does that make sense?
It's true, and it kind of adds like a little bit of red to an image that's very monotone, which is
Yeah.
cool. Like looking at the picture as like a whole, I think this would be too much negative space for this shot without it. So I think you're right. Maybe it's this here, this one that has best with the graffiti. But really cool.
Yeah, it's a great collection. I like it.
Yeah, really cool, great collection. And got one collected. That's the contradiction one. I think it's one of the best ones, but I think there's other ones that really hold up well. Like you said, the last shot above the sea stars. I think triangle, this shot is really, really strong. And yeah, the one with the two guys and the graffiti piece here is strong. This is strong. They're mostly all really strong. The reach. So yeah, I don't really have much constructive criticism of this collection. I think it's really well done. Uh, yeah, we just talked about like a couple of minor things that could be taken out if you wanted to.
Same.
Other than
I agree
that,
with all of that.
yeah, cool. So yeah, really good job. Really nice collection. And thanks for being here live to be here during the AMA and ask questions and stuff. So moving on, we have the collection called The Sister Wife, and this is by Dillaman. So I'll read the artist statement. The Sister Wife is a story tale of a prominent, vibrant chief, Ijoku, originating from Ubaza kindred, current day Anambra, Eastern Nigeria. Young Chief Ojukwa formalizes the marital rights of Ekene, the twins, and brings them into his concrete fenced bungalow as his wives. This story sheds light on the pre-colonial era in Nigeria, where the numbers of farmlands, marrying more than one wife was a prerequisite to identify wealth and power. Sorry, I'm terrible at reading today. So it sounds like that these are obviously staged photographs, and he's not actually a rich, young, successful man, and these women are not his wives, but they're portraying through these images a story of that, a story of that pre-colonial time when that was something. So costume and accessories symbolizes wealth and richness. Genesis photography collection, images and storytale by Dillaman. So first off, when I look at these images, you know what's really cool, by the way? OpenSea has this thing now, this little tab where you could click this. Check that out.
Oh, nice.
Did you guys know that you could do that now? I just found out today when I was doing that. So what that does is it hides the prices and stuff, and it kind of just gives you a bigger image. And like, I don't know about you, but I could appreciate it a lot more like this than I can like this.
Yeah.
So 0.15 floor price. And what's cool is, when we jump to this, you don't see any of that information. You can just see photographs. So when I look at these, the first thing I thought was like, before I read the artist statement, I didn't think like storytelling exactly. I thought more fashion, like fashion shoot. But now, like reading the artist statement and understanding like the story behind the costume, very interesting. So I think there's some shots in here that are really strong for me, and then there's other ones where there's just too many, right? So I like even OpenSea set it up in an easy way, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 5 shots just right here of these two twins, and then you have another one here, so where it's doubles. So what I would do in a collection like this is I would probably pick the ones that were best executed, and I think the ones that are best executed, photographer paid more attention to like the background. So like this shot, for instance, is one that I wouldn't consider to be the strongest one of them. I do like what's happening here, like this laughter and this sort of feeling of genuine connection. The crop is a little bit tight for me. She's cut off here on the end. There's some highlights out here that are just like really blown. And I don't know necessarily that I like the clothing line like coming right out of her face and then through her neck and face. So this is an instance where I think, you caught a good moment, but it just didn't. It just the full on execution with thinking about compositionally doesn't fully work for me. And so when I look at an image like this shot where um, it just feels a lot more polished in portraiture fashion. The and it's a different shot though, right? I mean, the other one's felt like a more of a candid moment. This one feels more posed, but I think it's gorgeous. The color relationships, and I think the background is well considered. Looking at those two, Sarah, do you feel this similar or different?
Yes, I do. I think that the one that you have pulled up right now is a really strong shot. It's definitely stronger than the last one, and I do appreciate the posing. It's good. This is a great shot. So, I do agree with you. Some of the candid ones maybe are not fitting so well. Maybe because we know that this is like a
Yeah, that this is set
it's a
up,
make
sort of.
yeah, it's like a setup story, so we know that, so we don't have that tie to it, like a natural connection to it.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, so the posed one, like this posed shot, I think is strong too. Like this makes sense to me within this collection a lot. Like the color relationships are so beautiful, and like I love the skin tone and texture too, and the big glasses on her, and his confident pose. I love the hands just coming off the edge here, and you just see these like little veins running through his hand, and his skin's so shiny and beautiful. Like it's a really and the chair is blue too, which contrasts the or complements the blue that's on her dress, and then there's and they're dressed pretty royal, kind of they look royal, and the background doesn't, and it's an interesting juxtaposition between that. So it's said in the artist statement that the photographer, or I'm sorry, that the gentleman here is a rich. He's supposed to be rich, young, successful, and he's taken these women back to his bungalow to be his wife. So I don't know. I wonder in the story why his bungalow is so kind of dingy and run down in a sense, at least from the exterior. With the idea that he has this sort of wealth. What do you get from this image, Sarah?
I am getting from the whole collection, again, this is like a make-believe story, right? I'm
Mhm.
getting the vibe and the feeling that this guy wishes that this was his life, I guess, and he's creating that with it's about the two women. I think that you are bang on about how the posed images work really well in this collection versus the candid ones. There's just something about it that the candid doesn't fit, and I feel the same way that what you were saying.
Yeah, so let's look at, for instance, though, in this shot doesn't work for me as a pose shot, like as much as the other ones. I think a part of it is a lot of this is technical to me. Just the color of the image seems like very yellow or magenta throughout. I feel like there could be like temperature changes to this image. Also, his stature in this, or his posture, doesn't seem as powerful and as royal as the other ones. I mean, it almost puts him at this sort of same playing field as like it's supposed to be like these women are sort of his wives, but in this it's kind of like I don't know, they're almost above him in this, and I don't know what's exactly trying to be portrayed here. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing at all, but and that the background isn't well considered in this at all. I don't think like behind her head there's literally, it just kind of looks like a trash pile or something back here, and it's just like all mud, and it just, the perspective doesn't lend much for like dimension here. It feels more of an amateur composition and perspective when compared to, I think, the last two that we thought are successful.
Hey,
Hey,
said you could do that.
who's that? Who's speaking?
That's Jason. Hi, Jason.
What's up, Jason?
What's up, Jason? Maybe he
Oh,
didn't. Maybe he didn't mean to
yeah,
mute.
maybe he didn't realize he could unmute, and he it's fine. Okay, I thought it was the artist because he said, "Who said you can do that?" I think maybe he was talking to his children or something. I thought the artist was saying, "Who said you can criticize the photograph?" I was like, "Oh, geez." Yeah. So I don't know. I talked about this one, Sarah. What do you feel on this one?
I agree. Because since we know that this collection is posed, then the posing on this just it does not convey the story because you're right, it doesn't make the man look like he's royalty or anything. It's just like the slight posture of how he's bending forward. Like it's just an awkward. It really is an awkward pose. I think,
Yeah.
especially and how it was taken, like the photograph, where because you can see it's taken from above. And the foot's
Yeah.
cut off, like the foot on the one model is cut off. I know it's very minor, but it like my eye goes right to it.
Yeah, and I think it's nice to give space to the model, but the color temperature and grading in this is so inconsistent because we know that these dresses aren't purple from the other images where they're like literally royal blue. So yeah, so I mean, I would color correct this to work better too. But outside of that, yeah, I don't think the composition stands as much as the other. But I do love the woman on the left here and her gaze and her pose. Like I feel like this is it really brings me to her in this shot.
I think what is a good way to describe it, and again, I think it's because we know the real story, is that it actually looks like someone is pretending to be something that they're not. And I think that's the feeling I get from this photo.
Yes, exactly. I feel that way exactly too. Because this feels more. He did a better job in some of the other shots of playing that. Well, especially this shot, the confidence level and everything worked really really well here. And in this spot, where they give that extra space, so the foot's not cut off. It really, I'm not bothered by having to look at where that happens here. So this shot here, that third shot, cutting off those parts of the model, I think it really hurts the image. And then both of these shots also feel like the shots that aren't like color corrected as well as some of the ones that I think are more successful. Like look at the blue in the dress here, and then look at the dress here. You have a completely different color palette throughout. So this is very magenta. You would have to bring the magenta slider more towards green and possibly bring the yellows down a bit too. This shot I thought was cool. So
Yeah, I do want to say like I love when people are creating and coming up with ideas and working towards something. So I think even with the little minor kind of critiques that we've given you, it's really awesome, and I encourage you to keep going and keep getting inside your own mind. You're obviously coming up with ideas, and I think that that's awesome and speaks volumes. So definitely keep going and keep experimenting and imagining and creating. It's awesome.
right, like more wardrobes and different locations, and and it doesn't have to be the same story about this rich man with two wives. I think the artist has good direction to be a fashion photographer, and maybe he wants to use stories within the fashion work. But the next story could be maybe about females being dominant within the images, or maybe the next story about something completely different. But I think this leans a lot towards fashion to high fashion type of look.
Yeah, very like high fashion. I agree. And those two women are beautiful. I just wanted to say that they are really, really, really lovely. I love that the bottom left, the one, that's cool. The one that yeah, that one. That's probably my favorite photo of the whole. That's
Yeah,
like
me
high
too.
fashion. They're just gorgeous, those two girls. Yeah, I really love the high fashion style of this shoot. It's cool.
Yeah, it feels like this is something that could be like on a page in Vogue when I was scrolling through it. Like I feel like this really shows the potential of the photographer versus the rest of the collection. I think that shot is really strong. And then this is a shot, different pose. Um, a little more like a little like this one feels even more posed in a sense. So the other one had like a natural posed feeling to it. But I think it's still a shot I could see in a fashion magazine. I
Same.
do.
And it's like there's a lot of people from this side of the world looking at this collection. So it's different for us, which is neat to see. Like I love seeing the different culture, the different fashion of this side of the world. So I'm getting more of a fashion shoot vibe than a man with two wives vibe. I'm not sure about you, but that's how I feel. Maybe
Absolutely.
I feel maybe I just can't connect to a man who wants two wives. It's like I obviously just can't connect to the story, but I love the fashion part of this.
Yeah, no, I'm completely on the same page. Like I see this person as a fashion photographer, and if they keep heading down this route of finding like friends and models that are willing to wear this wardrobe that's very different from what we see here, at least in the States, on where I'm at. I think we can. There's like I think has great potential. So let's see this shot here, young and successful. Yeah, good shot, but just it doesn't stand up to me to the shots where um, I don't know the shots that are just more posed and head on and more angled at that fashion direction. Reminds me the some of the shots like that are very successful in fashion reminds me a little bit of Duroc hit some of his work. I would definitely take a look at that artist as well. This is interesting too. I actually kind of like how this splits between her eyes. This piece of the weeds here. Another cool shot. Yeah, the two girls are working it the best for me of anything so far. But yeah, interesting. I'll just end on saying like interesting direction. Let me take a look at just yeah, not so much this shot. It's a little claustrophobic and tight. Like I would give them more space. It also just it doesn't feel the connection doesn't feel as a real connection to me in this. Moving on to like descriptions and stuff, artist name, edition, location, year created, dimensions, um, camera info, licensing, and then also in the properties. We got this says his name, Dillerman Editorial. Okay. Year, location. Um, Probably want to have like your information about it being a one of one in here in the properties if you didn't sell them yet. If you're gonna have it here, might as well basically stick the metadata. I believe it's like the main of the blockchain for sure. So, but yeah, other than that, really interesting direction as far as fashion goes. This artist is. And if the artist is here, if they want to ask any questions or state anything in the chat, it'd be cool too. I don't know if you had anything to close on that, but or if
Sorry,
I
no,
said it all.
no.
Maybe.
Maybe it'd be kind of cool if they did the storytelling through the wives' perspective. That would be interesting.
Yeah,
Really
that
great.
would be.
Probably pretty cool story. We can see it through his perspective, but what about through the women's perspective? So maybe that's
Yeah,
something to think of next for the
yeah.
idea.
Like, what is it? What do they look like when they're indoors? What do they do when they're indoors? What wardrobe are they wearing when they're at home? if they're a housewife or whatever that's considered in those pre-colonial events or whatever it's called. The banner is interesting. It doesn't. It's very outside the box of of this series. It doesn't feel right to the series. It's a little strange. I mean, I don't think it's ugly. I just think that it's just I don't know. The banner just feels like it should be a banner for a different collection, maybe.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering what was going on with the banner,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
but
Cool again. Cool. With that, we'll move on to the next collection. This is Aerial Abstraction, and this is by B&M Noskowski, or Noskowski. And so, I don't know. First of all, I just wanted to say the banner. So we're talking about banners. If you're going to put up a banner that's just really low resolution like this, I'd rather just look at a blank, like not even have a banner at all, and just see this.
I thought
Right?
the screen wasn't loading. That's why it's not in
No,
focus.
it's
actually
just
like that.
it's low res, yeah. So like you have
Oh,
to, and a lot of people do this, and you have to look at what OpenSea says the dimensions are for the banner, and then you have to crop exactly in those dimensions, like in Photoshop or wherever you go and crop your stuff, and then the banner will show up looking like this. And when I first started making collections, I was like, what the hell? Why does it keep coming out like this? It's high resolution. It just wasn't dimensions that they wanted. And so I'd rather have nothing than have just pixelated image like this. But
yeah.
as far
And
as the
like
images go, look really interesting.
it
That's
also
it.
it also creates like a first impression as well. When people open it and they see
Yeah.
that, and it's like, oh, what is going on here? Other photographers or artists of whatever sort will definitely notice this right away. So yeah, I suggest fixing that.
Yeah, it'll make me think like about the artist intention, and if they're not willing to to look up how to make changes to something like the banner, then what is their like how like, I guess I'm trying to find the word, how involved in their own collection will they be in the future, like if they're not willing to make a small change. So like a first impression could mean a lot. It could mean someone saying, "Oh, they didn't do the banner right, so I'm just going to pass and look at another collection." As harsh as that might sound, it's just the reality of like how some people look at things, and how some collectors might look at things. So, outside of that, though, like looking at these just from afar, um, they look like really, really beautiful abstract aerial images. And so, if we take a look, and they're 0.14 each. And then there's one that's priced at 0.12. Um, I would probably just go across the board at 0.14, because then to me, then you're just saying that like, oh, I just threw this in you know, to have an extra image, but I don't find it to be as strong as the others. Like that's another impression that I take when I see that, is like, that's another like first impression thing. It's like, so just go across the board at 0.14.
Yeah, I
And
agree. Yeah,
yeah,
there's just one random one. It's a different price. Yeah, I agree.
exactly.
This is a
But
super cool landscape. Like I would love to be able to photograph something like this, but
yeah,
I need to know more about what's
so let's
going
read
on
about it.
to
Let's
be
let's read
hooked,
the
to
artist
be hooked
statement.
in.
Cool. So, I mean, I know I'm making a lot of examples of this collection, and I love the work, but I have to make some examples on some of the other stuff that brings it down. And so, when I read the artist statement, I was a little turned off by the fact that like the award section comes before everything else. So, and you should definitely tell people the awards that you received, but I think it should come after the story about the images. So, the collection was awarded at Tokyo International Photo Awards 2021 in category Professional Nature Aerial Bronze winner, and at International Photo Awards 2021 New York in category Professional Nature Aerial Honorable Mention winner. This collection shows. Okay, so then I would put that at the end, that info, but I would start here. Like, this collection shows the often invisible abstract natural artworks on Earth. From a purely aesthetic point of view, they can be considered as the truest, purest, in an artistic sense, most authentic art. They are absolutely free from any artistic influences, inspirations, or trends, as it is the case of human creativity. The entire artwork is a matter of chance. It is an unlimited wealth of surprising color combinations, abstract shapes, and patterns. The presented photos were taken over artificial industrial lakes. Do you know what that is, Sarah? What is an artificial industrial lake? It's artificial sound.
Well, we have them here in Canada. They're like man-made lakes, man-fed lakes. That's
Man,
yeah.
oh, cool. So the man-made lakes and ash ponds, also called cool ash basins, in the center of Europe. But there are similar places all over the world. The only human role in this case is the background, ash pond, and material, ash and water. Okay, cool. So the only human elements in this is the fact that humans have constructed these elements. They're saying. Interesting. So let's take a look at these like bigger. Really cool. Like paintings. Love the colors.
Yeah, same. Like the landscape is super cool. To me, this is an abstract collection.
Yeah, or fine art abstract. Yeah, great. Fluid borders. Yeah, really beautiful. How about a third of the image makes up this teal water line, and then it looks like this is like reflections in the middle here, and it feels very pastel. Feels very pastel in these areas, and then all of these like veins, like these earth veins, are really really interesting. They lead out and point out into the direction of this what feels like a body of water. Description. So description is the description is copy and pasted for. I'm sorry. Some was that
Jason. I think it's
It
Jason.
is. Is it? Maybe he's messing with us. Jason.
I don't know who he is. Maybe he has us down and
What's
volume.
up? What's up,
Hi,
Jason
Jason.
O? Say what's up if you can hear us, Jason. Jason O.
Wait, he's chatting in another chat that I'm
Okay.
here.
Anyway, cool. So yeah, the description's copy and pasted from the original description. I'll avoid doing that. It just looks, it looks like it's copy and pasted. It is, and so you can maybe write something a little bit about this image in this location, rather than just doing a copy and paste from that. But I love the photographs. Fluid Borders, that was a cool name. Let's take a look at it. Panther Ray.
Nikki's the weirdest person. She literally, we have billboards around the conference center.
I'm messaging him in my.
Okay.
I'm trying to get his attention in this other chat. He just chatted in it. Jason, what are you doing? Oh, you're funny.
We have the power to mute him too. Right?
Oh yeah. How do we? I don't know. Yeah, you guys mute him. Someone mute him. Jason, we're muting you.
I need a minute anyway. I'm transferring my my computer into the bedroom. One sec. One sec here. Transferring my computer into the bedroom area. All right, I'm back. You guys can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear someone else though, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it still Jason? I mean,
I
it's
don't
not that big a deal, but
It's okay. I mean, we can continue for now. If one of the mods could, maybe I have the power. Let me see.
Goon muted him. Was that Goon? Who's NFT Goon?
No,
That's Goon, right?
yeah. Wait, NFT Goon is not the original Goon.
Dude.
Okay. I
Okay.
could mute. It
Oh,
says I could mute Jason.
Goon has
Yes, I
fucking. Why
could.
do you have so many accounts?
I muted him. I have the power. I have the power. Okay, cool. Back to the collection. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, that sounds a lot better.
Does it? I still hear road noise. I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah. Anyway, these are really beautiful. I love these. I love these aerial images. They're so cool. There's a couple, that are similar, kind of similar in blues and stuff. Let's check out this one. Flames. Wow. I don't know why. This reminds me of a horse. Do you see this eye? This looks like the eye of a horse. And this looks like the hair of a horse. And this looks like the snout. Do you see that too, or is it just me?
I mean, kind of actually. Yeah. Now, the more I look at it, yeah, like the side
Yeah, like
view of
this
a
is
horse's
this, like
head.
this is yeah, this is the nose here. This is the eye. This is the hair coming down in the front, and like with a messy haircut. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
really cool. The brown and
That
then
is
these just little hints of this white and blue down here. I love this one. Really cool. Lows. Yeah, you have to see these big to really appreciate them. Wow, this is wild. This makes me want to get a drone. So cool.
right. I agree. Actually, I have a drone, so I'm excited to do things like this. It's so cool when you can get up above and photograph things, but tricky to compose. Like if you were in a helicopter, you don't really have the luxury of being able to choose because you're moving with the helicopter.
Yes, you are. I'm taking a helicopter tour at the end of next month through New York City. My girlfriend, she bought me as a birthday gift a while ago, and we're finally gonna go, so it'll be cool. Can't wait. Um, imagine a subject walking through here too. Can they even walk through this? Like, I don't like. Is it? Can you walk on this? Is this?
You probably could walk in some parts, but I believe like a lot of them are water channels, so
Oh,
it would be like mud and like stuff you really sink in.
yeah. It's wild. That's what makes it really abstract too. Is like, I don't really know what I'm looking at sometimes, or
Yeah, I
actually
know.
most of the time. Like this, I feel like is water,
Yeah, that's water.
like a really really beautiful color, blue water. Um, yeah, I love I love this blue color up here too. Like this more traditional blue, and how this looks like it's like flowing down into this. And yeah, he's cool. See the one that he or she priced lower than the rest, 0.12. This one.
Yeah, and I mean it's definitely not that it's just too
We
much brown. Brown for me, it's definitely more the weaker photo, but I just wouldn't put it in.
yeah,
Like you get,
I
yeah,
just wouldn't have it as opposed to making one lower. I just would just pull it. None of these. I would choose, and this might be the weakest one of those liquid shades. I don't know though. I mean, I would choose the stronger one. Like I feel like the collection could be better as like less is more. This is an interesting shot. We haven't opened this up yet. The streams. So different. This is a sick abstract shot. This looks like an abstract painting I would see at a museum or something. This one's awesome. I love these browns and rust colors over here. And then like just these like not even yellows, but like beige colors, baby blue with like texture. Really cool work. this looks almost like a weird snake or entity or something, or like a sperm. I don't know. It's cool though. Really weird. Let's see. Red River. Nice color. See, without the green, this wouldn't. I would say this one wouldn't stand, but it's like the green relationship with the other color makes it good. I think it's one of the weaker shots though. I think the ones with like more veins and colors stand out to me, like this shot here. I love the horse one I said with the veins. This one here is really good. Like this, I think this might be my favorite one, just because there's so many different colors and shades, and it feels like a flowing stream of just like connections or veins or something. But really cool work. Yeah, I think it's really good. I just would I would trim it down a bit. Like there's these three images, like I said. Let me see if I go to this view. Yeah, this Panther Ray, Liquid Shades, and Fluid Borders 1. And then you have Fluid Borders. Like I would probably lose 2 of those. And just have the collection, like have every one look a lot different from the next, I would say, and not have ones that look too similar. I would maybe even lose these 2. I don't think they're as strong. I would lose these 2, and then I would lose 2 of like these, and then you would have a shot that's very different. So if you had, let's just say you had streams, fluid borders, flames, flows, and either maybe Panther Ray or this other fluid borders 1 here, I think that would make a nice little collection. And so that would be cutting out like 4 images from this and making it 5 images. So that would be my recommendation. But if you don't have anything else, I can move on to the next collection, Sarah.
No, I don't have anything else. I agree with everything you said. My critique is to update your cover photo, but yeah, everything you said is bang on.
Give me 1 sec.
Also, I see we lost Jason O from that chat. Sorry, I'm just chatting with them in a different chat. He says it wasn't him, and I was like, pretty sure there's only one Jason O, but okay. He says that he got a notification about the AMA, and I think he must have clicked on it and accidentally joined.
What was that at the end? Who accidentally joined?
Jason.
He did.
He says he didn't mean to join.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Cool. So I'm gonna head on to the next collection then. That is Wildlife Expeditions, and this is by Danish MPK. He calls it Danish MPK. So let's read the artist name here. This is Wildlife. So Wildlife Expedition is my journey through the Mother Nature. Through this collection, I am trying to exhibit is my vision to the nature. This is a collection of 12 photographs from nature, which includes snakes, cats, birds, and more. I shoot these images without harming any of them. All of these are photographed from natural habitat of its own. Patience was, you just spelled that wrong. It's patience. That's more like the patience that you spelled would be more like a patient in a hospital, where it's PATIENCE. But there's certainly a language barrier here, so if we can get someone to help you fix up the artist statement here. But I get what you're saying. So patience is the key of this collection. Each image in the collection costs time. I wouldn't say costs. Each image in the collection takes time, patience, luck, etc. It doesn't cost weather, right? Or take weather. So you just need a little editing on the artist statement with help from someone that's English speaking. But understanding the animal behavior helps me to photograph them in a very natural way. That's good. And very detailed case study is done before stepping for each natural beauty. Not sure that last line before stepping for each natural beauty. Edition 1 of 1, name of the artist. Okay, so 12 items, and so 3 people own them. So we can go back to like the nice mode where they look pretty. Okay, cool. So I don't know, the one that really stands out to me just looking from here is like for some reason this deer, or is it a fawn when it's a baby deer? Just in a really like beautiful, graceful position, and then there's like this gorgeous orange butterfly. So I think this one is just a really, really pretty moment that's also captured really, really well. I love the depth of field, and I love the composition of that shot. This is still a dream for me. To shoot much an amazing frame originally from nature still persists as a dream. In real, the spotted deer looking for fresh leaves on top of the branch. While shooting this image, I imagine a butterfly on top of its head. And later I created this on post-production. Okay, so this isn't actually captured with the butterfly. So it's well done in post-production though. I don't know the rules to wildlife or anything like that, but the photographers admitting that they put the butterfly is put into this actual frame in post-production. I hope this will give him 100% visibility hike to this. I hope this will give him 100% visibility hike to this image. I'm not sure. So, and then this is just some info about spotted deer. Beautiful photo. Wild horns. So you can't see the face of the I guess I don't know, is it a bull, or how do you call this animal? But there's something interesting about the shot, I think, because you can't see it. There's some mystery to it. That there's just these like this beautiful shiny horns, and they're just just coming up above these leaves that are just out of focus. Pretty cool. Is there an image here, Sarah, that like draws your eye?
I love this collection. It's super, super cute. My favorite one, I don't know. I'm really torn between two. Either the monkey or that, I think it's is it a baby deer or is it just mom? That's such a great shot. That
Yeah,
is so,
yeah.
so good. Like, that's amazing. Really, really well done. Is it collected?
It is. It's collected by a
Oh,
verified
nice.
account, JF. Yeah, I
It's
think it's
nice.
so beautiful.
Yeah, it
Right?
is. Yeah, it's
Yes,
like,
that's my favorite shot. That's my favorite shot, the deer one. Let's check out the monkey.
well, the monkey's just cute.
Oh my god, yeah, he's
I
cute.
love cute things.
Looks like a baby. He looks like a baby.
I love this collection. I think it's great.
Yeah.
I have
He looks like
no critique,
a No what?
no critiques. It's cute. It's an awesome.
Yeah. A baby, he looks like a baby but an old man at the same time. There's
I
so much
know.
detail
Kind
too in the forehead, like all these wrinkles, and the hair.
of
Such
and the
interesting
ear.
hair. It has like human hair almost. The ears are really cool. This little thing under the yeah, it's a cool photograph. Really cute little guy.
It
This cute
is.
little infant posing for the camera. Nice. Gives me a single pose in a warm, beautiful light. Nice. Let's see. So maybe it's the more successful ones that are like a little bit closer up, and there's this shallow depth of field that kind of separates that background. I think they all have a really shallow depth of field actually, except maybe this one here. Let's see, the monk. Yeah, this is pretty. It's just for me, the subject and the background are just too close in color to really have that pop, to really pop. Do you know what I'm saying, Sarah? Yeah, no. I love the image. It's just if I have a yellow subject like this, I want to have them with a background that just I mean, and you don't always have that in case with this type of wildlife, but I think if in some way you could make this background less close to the color of the what is this, a cheetah or a leopard, that I'd be more successful for me. But beautiful work. I love this too. This peacock shot is gorgeous. Just the depth of field on it alone is amazing. And I love the composition. I actually really like the branch coming out of its head. It looks like an extension of the peacock. Very, very cool. Very, very graceful stance and just beautiful colors.
I thought my mic was unmuted this entire time.
Oh, no, I couldn't hear you.
No, I know, it's okay. I was gonna say, I think with the animals there, well, I mean, any animals in their environment, they often are camouflaged, so that's why they blend in with their.
I guess,
like,
yeah.
Yeah. Who is that cat? Is that I don't know if it's a cheetah. That's a leopard, right? No, is it a cheetah?
I think it's a leopard or a cheetah, but cheetahs are really fast. This guy looks kind of chubby. I don't know.
Well, I think it's pregnant.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
oh,
what I was wondering before. I was like, is this a preg? Because look at the belly. It just looks very bulbous.
yeah.
Unless it's just 8, who knows?
Yeah, you're
Or
right.
is it a pregnant cheetah? Maybe.
Maybe it says the monk, originally known as the monk naturalist and forest department officials called so because his territory. So I don't think he's pregnant. Is around the abandoned temple unless it's a female and the photographer just doesn't know and it's actually a female. He's
Maybe.
very
Where's Sabode? Where's Sabode when we need him?
Yeah, this is a Sabode moment we need.
You would know.
Yeah. Got all the info in here. Edition, license, photographer. Just no properties, but probably when this collection was minted, we weren't even talking about properties 4 months ago. Yeah, I don't think maybe 4 months ago we were maybe just starting to talk about properties, but I'm not sure.
Mhm.
Right?
So good. I really like this collection.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I think it's really well done.
That that deer shot is outstanding.
So the
Good
deer
job.
shots collected, Dream, Colors of Nature. Oh, Mojo Heads bought that one, Colors of Nature. Oops. And then, yeah, really, really, really good collection. And yeah, we'll just start talking about it a bit more, and post the image, tell a little story about it on Twitter. Try to get some more eyes on it. But yeah, beautiful collection. Let's move on to and yeah, full price 0.1. I think it's very fairly priced. So move on to paintings from nature by Andrea Selly. And I didn't see these ones before. There was only 2. Must have just minted it for the AMA. Yeah, minted 5 hours ago. Okay, so they added 2 new ones. So these are the original ones. Let's start with the original ones. This one is my favorite. I love this shot. This is wild. I believe these are photographs, but I don't know how this is done. But it's super abstract, and I love all the like lines and red, and feels like there's like a mist coming up. It's really I don't know how to say. It's very fine art looking though. It's very abstract and beautiful.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Right?
Really, really beautiful.
Painterly.
Yeah.
There's no description. There's no description on the collection. So I don't know.
And it's minted
Yeah.
on foundation. Is it minted through Manifold? Do we know?
It's foundation, but I don't know. It's on foundation, but I don't know if it's minted via Manifold. Let's
I
click.
think you can still, if you've minted on Manifold, you can change descriptions, correct?
Yeah. You
Yeah,
can.
okay. Okay. Oh, they have a, like, very, yeah. Well, these are cool. They're really, really cool shots.
Right?
But you might be harming your self without like descriptions and just
Well, I
explanations?
think this shot has a description. The collection doesn't have an artist statement. Let's see, an abstract, which I taken during a beautiful autumn trek on the French Alps, a few meters before setting up my tent and enjoying the night on an alpine lake. Cool. I mean, that's a good enough description for me. Just a collection should have an overall collection description. Let's see if the other one had a description. Yeah, waiting inside the ancient woods last light of the day, while the sun set everything on fire with a warm and red light. I'm amazed to admire this spectacle of the nature as I return in the dark with quick steps on the fresh snow. It's very well written. I like that a lot. A little poetic. Beautiful piece. That's my favorite. Flame
it's
strokes.
great.
I love this. You can see that on the wall in my house. Let's see these new. So, go ahead.
I've been thinking a lot about descriptions and pieces and writing, and I think moving forward as this space, more and more people come into this space, it's important, probably for yourself, to be able to sell, to talk more about the pieces. Like, you get this chance to connect with someone, and I think a bit more thought could be put. That's just my recommendation. A bit more thought put into talking about the collection. I can only see it being helpful to sell moving forward.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it's an important aspect. I think it's another layer to art, just to be able to write your thoughts down about it. You don't have to give away information about the work or tell us how to think about the work, but finding a happy medium as to why you make the work you make, and what it means to you and stuff is enough for me. This is added today. This is a beautiful, beautiful shot. It looks like it's a conversation on the water, and you can see a ripple right down here in the bottom right. There's little ripples here, blues and yellows. Wonderful, wonderfully done. I'd like to take some photos like this myself. I think it's slow shutter speed, but I guess you have to move the camera a bit too. But just how much do you move? How much do you move and what's the shutter speed you have to be at? I'm not going to ask them all that. But I think this is the least successful one for me. I'm not a fan of these colors together. I'm also having a hard time with like really understanding. I understand it's abstract, and I'm saying like I'm having a hard time understanding what the subject is, but yeah, it doesn't really draw anything for my memory or my imagination to really put together here. I don't know if you feel about this one, Sarah.
Yeah, the same. I'm the same as you. For me, it's really, I think it's just the light, to be quite honest. And it's the top of the image. I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's still dewy yellow. I don't know how to, I don't know.
Oh shit! You just
Not
said
in
that.
like, well, it doesn't work. Like the whole,
No, I mean like yellow. You can't believe you're gonna say that because yellow is your
I love
fave.
yellow, but it doesn't
Yeah.
always work. So it's very, there's no like contrast, I guess you could say here. It's cool that the abstract shot of this is cool. I believe I know what they're photographing, and I believe I can tell what time of the day they're photographing, and it's when it's like just before golden hour, when it's like harsh light. And that's what I feel I see at the left-hand side of the image. That it's just that yellow bit is a little bit too strong for me. But it's cool. It's a
Yeah, I
very
feel
cool.
like that too.
Yeah, it's a very cool painterly image.
Yeah, they're
I
all
think that,
painterly for sure.
yeah, I think this has a lot of potential.
Me
I
too.
really do. A lot of potential. But I mean, can't go back if it's minted directly on foundation and fix these things. But
Yeah.
more
I just, I just,
description.
yeah. I just think Conversation with a River, Salvation, and Flame Strokes are just so good, and they would look so good as three, like next to each other, that I'd probably lose Transition. It's just not. I don't think it's as good as your other. I don't think it's as good as your other work. Just me being honest to the artist, and we're just two opinions, but That's how I
Do
feel.
they not
I'd
have
ra-
a cover photo or like a
no, they don't have the square photo that's supposed to be
yeah, okay.
here,
Okay.
and they don't have the banner image either, which hurts this a little bit too, because I think that's the thing I like about Foundation is that it provides you a nice little like um setup to have a nice design like to present before going into the collection, and when you're just not utilizing that, and I think you could utilize that and utilize the description that they allow you to put into it as well. And I think that would be my best advice on this collection. I think it's priced right, um, especially if you don't have any sales currently. I think 0.25 is priced right. If someone wants one of these like fine art painterly photographs, I think it's priced good. So yeah, I like it a lot. It would fix some of those things we talked about: descriptions, banner, cover image or whatever it's called, and that's it. Right? Cool.
Yeah, agreed with all of that.
Awesome. I think we're moving at a good pace too, so I think we're gonna get through the collection with you here. We only have 3 left. So the next collection is Life in Village, and this is by Niazi Gergen. And in this collection, I focused on the agricultural activities and tiring struggles of people living in rural areas. In these lands, women and children work like ants in all seasons. These photographs, in which I describe the difficult village life in the Anatolian geography, contain wonderful stories, emotions, colors, and contrasts. My collection, Village in Life, consists of 12 unique photographs, and they are all one of one edition. I love these. I'm going to Anatolia actually in November. So I'm going to visit, meet some of my new friends from Turkey, and explore Anatolia and Istanbul. Should be really cool. You got one of these you want me to open up?
I love this collection. This
Me
reminds me of,
too.
I don't know if this is the same photographer, but it reminds me of, it just looks very similar. Do you remember the tea collection? I don't know. This
Yes,
was
I
so long
do.
ago.
No,
Yeah.
well,
That
there's a
is
lot
it
of
the same
there's a
photographer?
lot of artists. There's a lot of artists in Anatolia that are photographing documentary like this. But
Okay.
let's find out though. We could find out if we click on one and then we go to the name.
Oh no, it's not.
Create
Okay.
so created. It's no, it's not. So that's what I'm saying. In Anatolia, there's a lot of amazing documentary photographers that are photographing, and their colors, their lighting, all that's really beautiful. So
Yeah, it's
I'm
awesome.
looking forward to visiting. So all right, let's sort this by oldest. Nothing has sold. Price is 0.25. Collection has been around for, I have it sorted by oldest. So this should be the oldest shot. Oh, 6 months. Minted 6 months ago. It's very hard. It's very hard right now, I know. Because the work
Damn,
is so good, right?
it
Like
is.
the work is
The work is so good that
truly
this world needs to
yeah.
be better. That's how I feel about this
that
collection.
that this world needs to be better, you said?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need more, but
Yeah.
it's
This
a
is
great collection.
gorgeous. Look at the contrast and the smile, so genuine. The contrast between the colors of the greens and the reds, and just a beautiful image. The composition is really cool too, leaving
Yeah,
all
it's
that negative space. It almost looks like a flag, right? If you made this image blurry and you didn't know it was a person, it could resemble like the colors and patterns of a flag. But yeah, I'll click through these. Corner of corn. I guess this is like corn making on the cob, or she's taking the corns off the cob. Look at
yeah,
the
this
lighting.
I know
Oof.
the light is awesome. We will really only have good things to say about this collection, so it's
Yeah,
gotta get it moving.
yeah, but I mean this is a good thing to show a really well done properties all well done, descriptions well done. Images really great. You can tell that, that this photographer has visited these spaces in Anatolia over and over again. I can tell that when I look at these images. I can tell when a photographer has done a one-day photo shoot somewhere and they try to make it a collection. You can feel that this time has not been spent. But in these images, you can really feel that, they've spent time in these areas. Beauty of figs. Look at this shot. Wild. The sky. It's a
Are those
little. What's that?
potatoes? What's on the ground? Are those potatoes?
It says figs. That's a
Oh,
lot of
figs.
freaking figs, dude. I never see that many figs.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. It's a little saturated for my taste, but and the clarity is maybe pumped a little bit for my taste. It's a little over edited for me. If it was not, I would say this is like a perfect photo. I love it. I love the figs falling out. I love the man with his hands and his posture over here sitting next to these two like little jars or whatever they are. The baskets, the sky, the drama in the sky. It's a wonderful photograph, the perspective.
Agreed.
Right? Yeah, they're all really beautiful. This one's another really interesting perspective. Like photographer's obviously from below with a wide angle, and she's picking. Well, what she's picking, maybe these. Looks like she just pulled a leaf. She's got a basket, so she's collecting, something. And it's wonderful to see. I mean, I live in New York City, so I'm not seeing much of this, right?
Yeah.
The closest thing to this is I went peach picking with my girlfriend. We went to Pennsylvania, Lancaster last week, and then so we picked peaches. But that's the closest I get to anything like this. So it's really beautiful to see. This shot is really, 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 really wonderful. I love this shot. Maybe my favorite in this collection. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. Oh, I love this one.
Right? The
Yeah.
kittens, the cat.
Oh my gosh,
Her
it's kittens. Oh,
There's kittens too, like they're drinking milk of the cat or something.
aw.
Um, her
Yes.
long socks with the holes in the bottom of the socks, just showing that she works hard, but maybe doesn't have that much, but it doesn't matter. I love the color of the door. It's just all kind of brings me in. And then look at the hardwood floors. Well, they're not real hardwood; those are imitation hardwood floors. But look at how it's put down, and even at the back, it's not cut correctly. Things are not perfect, but maybe in their lives they are. Gives you this feeling that like what they have is enough for them, right?
Yeah, totally. I agree.
I love
That
this.
is
Yeah.
like contentment. There's just this feeling of contentment in this image.
Yeah.
It's
Gorgeous
great.
colors.
Yeah. Whoever, for the photographer, you've done a great job on this.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
For real. Look at this. Drying tobacco. And you just find in these people with these colors, like that blue with the tobacco, the orange or beige drying tobacco. It just works really, really well. Yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous light. I love the combination of indoor and outdoor shots. It's interesting. This is called Traditional Life, and yeah, beautiful shot. I love the room. Um, all these little duck dolls or puppets up here. I guess they're dolls. Just what a wild room to see this. So different. Um, it's different from what I'm used to seeing a room in New York City. Um, and I don't know what these are. They look like big sage leaves or something to me, but I don't think it's sage. But yeah, wonderful. Cool. Well, great. I mean, great job, great collection. I mean, it's kind of sad to see that this collection's been up for 6 months and doesn't have any collector, and makes me wonder, what the artist is doing for bring eyes on the collection. There's no Twitter here. Twitter is the bridge to Web3. I would have your Twitter linked up here for sure. Because like right now, I want to go to your Twitter. I don't care about owning your Instagram because I want to go to your Twitter to be able to see what you're doing to promote this body of work.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The next step is what's going on like the front end of, I guess, Twitter. But it's a very tricky world to navigate. So definitely feel for the collections that are not moving.
I know. Well, let's look at least what they have minted recently. So created is 47 images created. And we were just looking at Life in Village. So Colored Soul. Okay. When was this? There's one owner here, but 0 volume. Maybe this is something they use to gift. Like there's no trading history. Transfers. Okay. Looks like I don't know. Looks like transfers to himself. Strange. Okay. Trying to get an idea of the background on what this photographer has listed, if they're oversaturating their market or whatnot. Black and white soul. So 2 owners here. Really interesting shots. Why does it say 0 volume? Is this again no sales but transfers?
It doesn't tell you. I could be wrong. I don't spend that much time on OpenSea, but it doesn't tell you the total volume until the collection's sold out, right?
No, it tells you the total
As it's
volume
on
throughout. Yeah, throughout.
Oh, okay. Because I've had that. I was only asking because I've had that happen to me. Like my volume would not show up until the collection sold out. So I'm not sure.
No, the reason the volume is not showing up is there's no sales. Look, if I click on, there's only been transfers. Look, transfers to wallets 7 months ago and stuff. So like this collection's been sitting for 7 months. Like,
what's the prices? Is it listed?
there are no
Okay.
prices listed. So
they've probably expired then.
wait, this is owned by Foundation, so I guess he sent these over to Foundation. Anyway, I was just trying to get a little background and see what's going on. It seems like a lot of work out there that's unsold.
Yeah.
So I probably wouldn't mint much more. And collections that don't have anything sold that have sat around for a really long time. I mean, maybe it's best, the collection we were just looking at, it's an amazing collection, but like maybe it's best to cut the fat on a lot of the other collections maybe that aren't as strong, and then just delete that collection and then remint it so it doesn't show a history of 7 months with no sales. I don't know. I think maybe collectors look at that stuff. I don't know exactly though how to give advice here.
The work is fantastic.
Yeah, the work is so good. Yeah, I know. We have 2 more left. This is called Lilliput, and this is by Avinash Rahendran. And so let's take a read. You may have heard about Lilliput, a land imagined by Jonathan Swift that was inhabited by tiny people. Here I am giving you the same name to my collection. This collection contains macro photos of tiny subjects. All images are captured from nature and everything is single shot, no stacking or manipulation used while processing. Few images were captured using reverse macro technique. So it's actually a macro technique. I think we get even closer. Mounting the lens reverse to the camera. It's the cheapest and toughest macro photography technique, but it produces more detailed images in a single shot. All right, cool. And it has the artist's name on their editions of 1 of 1, and the maximum collection size is 10. I'm passionate nature and wildlife photographer from Kerala. Started my photography journey in 2018. Photographs published in Nikon, NIF, and many other magazines too. I'm now focused more on wildlife conservation part and making awareness. So, okay, cool. Right off the bat, like I really love these images, how OpenSea has it set up, these ones with the black background. I think they look super high quality and super nice. These ones with the green background, like they don't look right in this collection. Doesn't look like better curated with these. Even this one with the green background, the clean backgrounds, I guess.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
But let's pull up the others.
Yeah, that one just doesn't. Yeah, that one does not really. I don't feel fits in the collection. You're probably the background. It is the background. It's only the background.
It
I
gets
like that.
lost. It gets lost.
Yeah.
If this had that solid background, then it
Yeah.
might work. Pure Love. So this one works better than the other one. So the other one I would definitely lose from the collection. This one maybe would stay. I think this is pretty nice. They're like twins.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, but there's something about how OpenSea's set it up when I hit this over here that makes these ones go together really well, right? Like,
Yeah, all the black background. Yeah.
and this one even has a green background, but it's solid.
Yeah. The
Let's pull
depth.
up the.
This is where you can see the true test of different depth of field.
Look at
which is
this
cool.
detail. This seems like that reverse macro maybe that they were talking about. That's really hard, but you
Right.
get some crazy detail.
Yeah.
Like over here is some crazy detail. It falls off because the depth of field is so shallow, but like this one has full detail.
Yeah, that's cool.
And
That's probably
black
my favorite. I
background.
think that's my favorite shot.
It's
of all.
super clean. I would get rid of this yellow going on over here though,
Yeah.
and make it
The
like a
reason-
full on like yeah.
The reason I say this is my favorite shot is because I don't like the bugs.
Oh, you're
So
not crazy about bugs.
No, I don't like the bugs. Hats off to you for being willing to photograph.
Yeah, that
Well,
guy's yellow
macro's
too.
cool. Macro's cool. I appreciate. Or sorry, insects like macro insects are cool. I appreciate it. I just wouldn't do it.
Yeah, look at this.
It's crazy what you can see. It's crazy the detail that we
Those
can
little,
get, right?
yeah. What the heck? Like, all those little bumps.
Those are their
Wow.
eyeballs. I know. If it was spiders, I would not want to look at.
Yeah, I'd have to say, hey, come back in 15 minutes, 10
That
minutes. Or
grasshopper, not that one, but the other one on the
Okay.
if you'll see it, it's kind of hidden, but it's a really strong
Oh, this
shot.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Good job.
Mhm. Yeah, it is. Beautiful. Even the detail on the branch that he's on is really, really, really detailed and beautiful.
Yeah. These are great
green,
shots.
Yeah. Title, The Green Beauty Collection. The Green Beauty. Oh, The Green Beauty. It looks like you're trying to say The Green Beauty Collection. You just meant to say The Green Beauty, and then collection Lilliput. So I would fix that. So the Unseen World of Macro Artist. The Unseen World of Macro. See, yeah, you have to separate these things because I'm reading it as the Unseen World of Macro Artist. Device used, okay. Yeah, one of one. Have any of these sold? If not, yeah, one of them has. So you could add the properties and stuff. But yeah, they're really strong. I Even though I think that this butterfly one is strong, I would remove it, and I would remove this one because the rest have solid backgrounds, and it feels more like it has more of like a studio vibe to it, which I really like. And yeah, I think it's more cohesive that way. So yeah, really wonderful. Yeah, 0.18 is the total volume, and 0.18 is the floor price. So I guess one sold. Which one is that? Oh boy, somebody sold one of the ones that I said doesn't match the backgrounds of the rest. So yeah, but at least you can remove the the alien one that just really has a background that's just not, you know, it's not conducive to the rest. But yeah, I really like the one. Yeah. Oh, look at the banner though.
Oh,
That doesn't do that guy justice, right?
yeah, gotta change that banner. The banner's such a pain in the butt.
Yeah, it is. That's the
we
green
should.
beauty. Yeah, I mean, in a collection where you're trying to show the most detail as possible, that banner really hurts. So you gotta fix that banner. Yeah. And let's go on to the last one. And this is not a collection. This is Indian wrestling, and this is by Srinivas Yeni. And so this is an editions on Sloika. So let's read this. Indian wrestling students. Indian wrestling, or Kushti, is Kushti is a form of combat wrestling that originated in India, wherein the wrestlers practiced the sport on mud, and by becoming a discipline of the akhara under a guru who runs it. Traditionally, akharas are places where the Pelwans, those who practice wrestling, live and train along their guru and learn the art of wrestling. The wrestlers consider their akhara as a temple and their guruji as God. Lord Hanuman, the deity of strength, is worshipped by the wrestlers, and they all practice abstinence or Brahmacharya, celibacy, like their deity Hanuman. Wrestling is worship to them. The wrestlers, before practicing, perform puja, worship, in the practice area and dig the wrestling pit soil. Then they seek blessings from the Guruji, and only then do they start their kushti practice. After waking up at 4 in the morning and consuming a big glass of apple juice and some almonds. I was thinking about before, I was wondering why they drink apple juice. Probably because there's so much damn sugar in it. And almonds has that protein. And and then they wrestle jog for 4 miles. Then they come to the Akata and dig the soil. So after jogging for 4 miles, then they wrestle? Jeez. Okay. After that, their conditioning drill starts that include rope climbing, 500 Hindu push-ups, a mace workout, and sparring with a partner for learning the technical part of wrestling. Here I've captured this image when the training sessions get kicked off with elaborate warm-up routines, which consist of push-ups, squats, and various other exercises with large wooden clubs. Okay, so series is 15, 10 are available. It means that, 5 of them sold. But reading the artist statement, it's a powerful image. But reading the artist statement, I kind of want to see a collection of like a documentary collection about all of those things that are being talked about. Let's take a look.
Okay, so just to be clear, this is an edition.
It
Am I
is.
right? Am I wrong? Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I guess maybe you haven't seen editions on Sloika yet.
Yeah, no, I have.
Okay, so
I've
there's
only seen
yeah.
Tabone.
So there's 15 of these, and there's 0.025 each. It's very fairly priced.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. I don't know when I say, because I want to see this as a documentary series, and it's read like a documentary series, but it's just one image of the wrestlers. It's an interesting choice for an edition, I would say. Like that, I don't know that I would choose an edition shot that's that like this for that, but I definitely do. I definitely do resonate with the image. It's really well taken. The lighting's beautiful. I love how they're all like in their own world, doing their own thing through the practice. You see them in the mud. They talked about the mud, and I like how none of the images are really overlapping, and none of the figures are really overlapping the others. Like with that said, Sarah, how do you feel about like what like about the collection, not the collection, but I guess the edition series, and like maybe some of what I said, if you agree or disagree on any of it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, this edition shows exactly what the photographer is trying to show. It's about wrestling. Um, yeah, I feel the exact same way that you feel, and I think it is priced right. How many pieces are in this edition?
15.
I missed that part. Oh, okay. So it's a small edition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a big edition. It's a 15, and it's and 10 of them, 10 are available, so 5 sold.
Oh, nice. Well, then,
So
yeah, then
yeah.
awesome.
So
You're
number
doing
one,
well.
yeah,
There are no
one.
changes on Sloika, so you can't go back and change anything, right? You can't change anything on Sloika, can you?
Um, I don't, I don't know. I know. Like you can, if you have a gacha, which is like a raffle thing, sort of like a dice roll thing, you could change that and turn it off. But I don't know. Like when you say change, like what we're trying to change in this.
I don't think anything really to change. I didn't hear the full description of this edition, but no, I was
Yeah,
just curious. I was
yeah, it's
actually
a
more curious if you can change things on Sloika.
I think you can change some things, but I'm not sure
Oh,
of all the things that you can change. But I'll definitely get with Ev and find out. Um, this is an interesting new thing on Slick. It says view and spatial, and if you click this, I guess this is like I don't know, like a gallery world or something where you can
oh,
like where you can like walk around and stuff.
that's cool.
Um, I'm not that good at the game yet, but
That's cool. I like
yeah,
that.
right. Wait,
This
what is
one's hard
this?
to this one's hard to say much about because it's just one image. So there's not like we're not looking at a collection or but it's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously it's going well.
Yeah, obviously it's going well. There's collectors, and it's a great image. I just like I seek to kind of like um, I want to see more of the Indian wrestling behind the scenes. I want to see like a
Yeah.
documentary series on this.
Oh
Like
yeah,
I'd love to
video
see
would
it.
be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, video would be sick too. Exactly. But
Are they
like
all
yeah,
wrestling at the same time or were they composited in? Do you know what I mean?
no, I think they're all wrestling at the
Or
same
that's
time. It
okay.
didn't say anything about compositing in. I think they all just wrestle in the mud, and these two guys look like they're about to go back into the grapple. This guy
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
like he's holding his face like he's hit or something like that. But yeah, I think it's a great shot, and glad to be able to yeah have it shown today. And yeah, I think that wraps it up though. And you have your
Yeah.
space in like 15 minutes. That's perfect.
Well, my space,
Uh,
no, sorry, my space isn't till a little bit later, but I have a bunch of other stuff to do. So
oh, I'm
that was
sure.
perfect. That was perfect timing, honestly.
Yeah, I think we covered just about everything, and there was a lot of great and beautiful images and work today. And so, yeah, I had a great time as usual. We always have a lot of
Yes.
great things to add, and cool. I look forward to in the future, and we could do like a landscape one,
Yeah. I actually like the
right?
ones where I like the ones where it's mixture. It's cool.
It is fun because yeah, it is cool to kind of like we looked at like sort of like fashion stuff. We looked at like street geometry,
Yeah.
aerial drone stuff, wildlife. I really tried to mix it up this week. These painterly landscape shots, really cool. The macro Indian wrestlers. So yeah, awesome. Cool. Well, thanks for helping today. Even though you get woke up so early for this, and you're in Australia, that you put
I
the
like
time
getting
aside
it.
to help the community.
Yeah. I like getting it done really early in the morning though. So I'm happy. Happy, you wake up, get a chunk of your work done. That's a good feeling, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And thanks for having me. I'll definitely be
Yeah.
back again.
Awesome. Cool. I don't know if there's a POAP or anything today, but if there is,
Yep,
I'm sure.
there is. It's in the chat. Goon.
Oh
Goon.
wow, there's 51 things going on in the chat. Oh, I
I
guess a
just
lot of them.
posted it.
Sweet. All right, cool. Yeah, and I'll check the chat, and if there's anything I have to address, I'll get to those people. But yeah, awesome. Thanks, Goon. And collect my POAP. But
Thanks,
yeah,
everyone. Thank you guys for hosting. You did great.
thank you
Thanks,
so much.
guys. See you
All right.
later.
3,
See
2,
you on
1.
Twitter.
Oh, what's up? Yeah, see you on Twitter. 3, 2, 1. Wait, don't forget to go out and create, guys. Only you have to compartmentalize your day only sometimes on Twitter. Gotta make art. Later.
Bye, everyone.